This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. I'm Doug Keck. I just finished speaking with Dr. Scott Hahn, author of The First Society, The Sacrament of Matrimony, and the Restoration of the Social Order, published by our friends at Emmaus Road Publishing. So tell us, Dr. Hahn, what is The First Society all about?
Well, we all recognize how the sexual revolution turned the world upside down. What I'm convinced of is that living the sacrament of matrimony could turn the world right side up.
Why the First Society? What does that mean?
Well, you go back in the beginning, God created man, male and female, and the covenant of marriage was the original form of what it meant to bear the image and likeness of God. So it's first in time, but it's also first in rank in terms of the fact that every one of us comes from the sexual communion of a male and a female. Whether it was a happy marriage or a broken one, marriage is the first order of business for any people who are interested in long-term common good for society.
Is there still an opportunity to turn things around?
I believe that humanly speaking, it's too late, but divinely speaking, we may just see God give us the grace that we need.
Who would be the kind of audience you'd want to read this book you think that would get the most out of it?
Well, on the one hand, obviously married couples, engaged couples, people thinking about marriage, people discerning a call, a vocation to marriage. But on the other hand, clergy, because I think that this book is plotting a course to bring about an alliance of the clergy and the laity, so that as they live out the sacrament of holy orders, we live out the sacrament of holy matrimony, and one hand will wash the other.
In the interview we actually did, I didn't get to ask you about the fact that you make the point that, the delaying in marriage because of the high divorce rate, and also couples who get married but decide not to have kids.
Yeah, we got married when we were 21. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, but we were Protestants, and so contraception was the natural course. And then she read Humanae Vitae, changed her mind long before I became a Catholic. But that made such a difference. Having children just required us to sacrifice much more with each other, for each other. But I think the more you delay marriage and the more you delay children, the more you habituate yourself to ways of life that are inadvertently self-centered. And I think a lot of people find out too late.
Is that promoted by society? Do you think that self-centeredness?
I think it's promoted by the media across the board. I mean, again, it isn't something that is made explicit, but it doesn't need to be really effective and influential.
In some ways it seems they promote community, but there seems to be a selfishness involved in it at the same time. How does that work?
Well, I think of the TV show Friends, where people can come and go, they can sleep together, they can move out, And to me, that kind of relationship is purely contractual, and it's voluntaristic. You can come and go as you please, whereas marriage is something where the two become one and stay that way. Exactly.
Friends with benefits kind of thing. Okay,
Right.
Well, people can benefit from reading his book. Thank you so much. Dr. Scott Hahn, the book, The First Society, The Sacrament of Matrimony, and the Restoration of the Social Order, available through our EWTN Religious Catalog, EWTNRC.com. Look for the entire interview coming soon on the EWTN Global Catholic Network. I'm Doug Keck. Thanks for stopping by this Bookmark Brief. See you next time.